Hey, what if I told you your biggest limitation, the thing that has been holding you back, might actually be your unfair advantage in the world of business? The deal you think you can't do, the business you think you're not ready to buy. That all shifted when you unlock what I call the limitation liberation method. This is how I turned lack of money, lack of experience, lack of connection into a portfolio of acquisitions, real opportunities, and generational leverage. Let me show you how. There was a time I believed I had no business buying a business. I didn't have capital. I didn't come from a wealthy family. I didn't have an MBA or a team or a fancy background. I remember looking at a deal, a very small service business, and I was thinking, there's no way I can pull this off. I don't have what it takes. But here's what changed everything. I realized that all the things I thought disqualified me were actually a train me to be a better deal maker. I didn't have cash. I learned how to negotiate seller financing, creative terms, earn out, all these strategies. I didn't have a network. I learned how to code email. I learned how to build trust fast and pitch the clarity. I did not have experience. I over-prepared. I studied real operator, and I brought in advisors. What looked like limitation was actually the blueprint that trained me for the game. Now let's break it down into 3-step method. Step number 1. Reframe. My best mentor has once said, if you keep saying that you cannot afford it, then you won't think about how you can afford it. If you think that's too expensive, well, stop thinking about how you can pay for it. Every limitation tells a story in your head, usually something like this. Because I don't have money, I can't buy a business. Because I've never done a deal, no one will take me seriously. Here is how you flip it. Because I did not have money, I had to learn creative deal structures. Because I lacked experience, I became the most prepared operator in the room. Reframe your narrative. Turns hesitation into horsepower. And in M&A, that's your competitive edge. Alright, step number 2, leverage. Take that reframe story and turn it into a strategy. I'll give you a real example. I once worked for someone who was a single mom, no capital, but she had the grit and deep understandings of a local niche business. We structured an earn-out-based acquisition, zero money down. She showed up prepared, asked the right questions, and made the seller feel seen. And guess what? She not just closed the deal, and now only cash flowing companies. Her limitation wasn't a weakness, it was a filter that forced her to master the soft skill, build empathy, and get creative. All things money can buy. Same apply to you. Lack of capital, time, or connections can become a real deal maker asset if you lean into the right way. Step number 3, tell it. And this is one that's non-negotiable. You have to own your story. Don't show up to seller or lender pretending to be someone that you're not. Show up as someone who turned disadvantage into drives. What kind of honesty builds trust faster than a resume ever could? Hey, I didn't come from money. I taught myself how to structure deals, and I've been studying acquisition for the last 12 months. I'm not a private equity guy, but I care deeply about your business and its legacy. That will land, especially with funders who care more about continuity than just cash. Alright, so here's a few things for you to do. Grab a piece of paper and write it down. What is your limitation that you keep telling yourself is holding you back from buying a business? What skill, insight, or perspective that challenge forced you to develop? How can you leverage that strength in a real world acquisition? Because here's the truth. If you had to grind, if you have been underestimated, if you have built something from nothing, you're already more prepared to buy a business than you think. You have just been speaking the wrong language. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your limitation in the comments and I will help you reframe it. If this hit you, if you're done waiting for permission and ready to start buying businesses using what you do have, then subscribe, follow, and plug into the community. This is exactly what we do. We turn overlook underdog into owners. Because buying a business isn't just for Ivy League private equity guys, it's for people just like you. People know how to turn pressure into power. This is the limitation liberation method. And now, it's yours.